Hi there. Hi there. My name is Emel Bonty. I am CEO of the BIZness.
The BIZness.
And this is my partner,
Ian Jackson, CFO.
And we are here to basically introduce ourselves and our company to you. So I currently work for a delivering service company that is very well known that I'm not going to mention right now. I've also been to school in Santa Monica College. I've also been to Santa Monica College, where I am studying to be a computer programmer. I've taken also as well television and film courses because TV and film is my passion, mainly storytelling. I've also taken screenwriting courses. Writing courses, English courses because writing is a passion of mine, and I've done PA work for several shows like The Closer and America's Funniest Home Videos, but never really raised past that position. And I have such a deep passion for storytelling that I decided, why not start a company where you're able to tell your story. So my partner here, my good friend, who's been with me for at least 2 decades now, right?
Just about, yeah.
Just about, yeah. He believed in my vision and helped strengthen it. And now we feel that we are comfortable enough to bring it to the public.
Get this business popping.
Pretty much. So that's a bit about me. So I'm gonna let my partner talk about himself.
Well, like I said, my name is Ian. I'm an aerospace engineer. I specialize in process, that type of thing. Nothing too interesting.
You blow shit up for a living, and it's not too interesting.
In a past life, yes.
That was super fucking interesting. That was super interesting.
I mean,
those are stories
nobody knows
he has stories.
What a pyromechanical engineer is, okay?
And when he tells you, you'll find it's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
So as I was saying, I've loved video games my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I love the art of storytelling and just really being invested in a story and getting lost in it. And I think that's why me and Emel became such good friends, and why we can agree on our vision for the business as a whole going forward. And yeah, I think this is going to be the start of a good series of videos that we can really put forth so that you can get a better feel of us as people, us as a company, and our vision, and how you can be part of that.
So let's basically state what our mission is.
Right. The mission.
Right now, we are currently very, very low on resources with our day jobs, our lives, and our family. To put it bluntly, but our ideas and our what we have so far, our plans and stuff, just needs a step of support, whether it be resources and just an audience. So we decided to put ourselves out there and basically make a show of our struggles and our go ahead to get this company started.
Yeah, the whole process.
So I came up with the idea of like, what would we have to offer an audience? It would be like, well, everybody tells us all of our triumphs and all of our failings lead to such great learning experiences. Why not make that content? So instead of just going out there and complaining about nobody knows who we are and we have nothing, we're now putting it to the public to see if we're people who are worthy of helping.
At the very least, we know you.
So we are. We want to be held accountable. We want our company to be something that's good for the public, for the community, and for employees. So we want to be held accountable. So we are putting ourselves out there as the 2 people that are head of the company to basically look for a community of people like you who are interested in learning about business, video games. We're not as young as we used to be, but we were around. Especially me, I was around with ColecoVision kids. I don't know if you know what that is. That's what I was playing when I was. The Atari 2600, ColecoVision. That's what I had when I was a kid. We've been to these strange little businesses where they
It's
had
like a digital light bright.
cabinets with video games in them that you had to go to play them. You could not play video games at home.
You mean an arcade?
Yes, these archaic old things called arcades that we had to visit to actually play good video games. Which is a thing of the past. So all you whippersnappers nowadays get to enjoy arcade-style video gaming at home.
Or they go what? Dave and Buster's?
Or Dave and Buster's. They're still around.
That's not really an arcade though, FYI.
So we are here to basically pitch the company to you. And so as you see in the title, on top of whatever we call this thing, you'll also see that instead of just being episodes, it's episodes quarter/day one. So we were like, we wanted to appeal to the public to be investors in our seeding of community seedling when it comes to us getting capital to get our company started. So as we mentioned before, we decided, you know what, the best thing that we can possibly do is to educate on top of just striving for whatever it is that we're striving for. So we're putting pretty much everything that we're doing out there. So anybody else who have ambitions of starting a business can follow suit. And if they see if we can help each other out,
Low key, that sound like you said, I got bitches, I'm starting a business.
Selling kisses.
Okay.
That's a side note.
Hopefully that's not how it sounds to everyone. But essentially, we just want to see if our vision tickles the fancy of anybody else that is out there, and if they want to support or join us or be a part of our company. We want to build an environment of good people, very creative, talented people with passions of telling the best stories that they can, to basically join us in this journey of telling stories via the medium of video games and comic books.
Yes.
Our main focus is going to be on the video game company, which is called Stack Gates. We also have a comic book company that work in Tangent. We are running off of what we're calling the Marvel standard of building a overall gigaverse, a huge universe in which all things fall into, all the lore, mythology, and everything falls into.
One playing field.
So all the writers and stuff, once they get a chance, we literally have to make a mythology, so we're going to call it a Bible of all things, what else. So they have a standard of understanding the rules and things that follow in which all things can tie in comfortably. So all of the wonderful treats and of seeing things canonized, of crossovers and stuff, it's by design. It's before we even put a story out that all stories are connected. And I think it works as a wonderful challenge for influx of new writers, but at the same time it keeps the quality and standards that we're looking for when it comes to our video games and comic books.
Yeah. That was explained very well, man. Kudos. Yeah.
I think you're going to join in.
You know what? I felt like I was watching the video last night. I feel where this guy is going. Yeah.
That's our first standard. That's our first standard. Later on, we will be, as we go on to different things, we're essentially going to be covering where we are currently. So this episode marks day one in the first quarter of our business. So a bit later on, we will be revealing our budget, what we're putting our resources into and how we're spending it. Once we build up enough of an audience and we have earned enough of the trust of our audience, we'll be asking for support financially as well. Sure. And that will also be transparent. We will show you where that money is going, and we'll be updating it once we get our websites and everything like that, so everybody has an understanding of what has been contributed by everyone. Everybody gets credit, and everybody will get paid as soon as we have the ability to do so. That's very important to us.
Very important. I feel like that is the linchpin of this process. So we have this layer of transparency that is not standard in any industry, let alone in entertainment and video games. So as you follow us, hopefully you'll get some insight to help you in whatever endeavor you want to take. And then maybe even at some later date, we can collaborate together
Yes.
and build something from there.
So we're going to be doing that in a myriad of ways. The first thing is this particular show, which is just pretty much this. We're going to have video games. We're going to be playing video games and having conversations about the company. Just a little flavor, just in case it's a little bit too dry. Video games are always fun, and it'll be entertaining every once in a while to have us in the meaning of a business philosophy, stopping to say, "Fuck, I jumped. I swear to God, I jumped. Why the fuck didn't this thing jump?" It just takes the monotony.
You got fat thumbs, you missed.
So this show is pretty much going to be an entrepreneur gaming show. We're going to be gamers like any other YouTuber that you see, but our main focus is also going to be upon what we learned as a startup business, and how we come up with our plans, and essentially our process and things like that to help anybody else and other people basically get their footing and start finding out what is their best starting point and how they should proceed.
Exactly.
So our main step is going to be this show. We're going to include our goal is to include interviews later on with industry standard people with YouTube shows, in which we find out how they were able to what they did to start off, mistakes that they made, things that they would want people to learn as they start building their YouTube channels. When did they decide I'm no longer just a YouTuber, I'm a company now? What did they do when they were? How they plan out milestones, motivations, that sort of thing.
And how they manage the various transitions in the various phases of their companies and careers.
Yes.
So I think that's one thing that we don't see. You might hear about a startup, or you hear about a success, but you don't hear about the transition between the two. And I think that is the linchpin of success. Because if you're not prepared for whatever the next step is, then you're oftentimes either going to falter or stall. And that's why I think a lot of people get discouraged about having their own things and doing their own businesses and pushing their own IP, is because they don't understand how to transition to the next phase.
Yes. So we have business plans for pretty much the majority of our companies. We'll be talking about how to write a business plan, the process we did in writing ours. We need a little bit of help when it comes to meetings and dressing socially, when it comes to meeting people, things that should be said and look forward to when going into meetings with people who are interested in investing. We can use your help in that. We are absolutely going to do some meetups, and we're looking for anybody out there with anything positive to say or any positive input to basically help us. And you will be rewarded by being on our wall of anyone who has done anything to push us forward. You will be immortalized with a wall as being one of the pillars to help this company grow. So as you can see, we are very invested not only in ourselves, but we want to be a better example for the video game companies out there. And being a private company, we'll explain the difference between private and public companies and why that's a challenge.
Of all of that, yeah.
Why it's a challenge to strive to be a company and have moral standings.
Standings.
Yes, we are a company of moral standings. So we just want to put ourselves out there and show that we're good people who wants to have a company follow suit and have good people involved in the company too that doesn't create a toxic atmosphere. We just make good stories, good games, and good products that better helps individuals, our community, and families.
Sweet. So make sure that you guys tune in to this channel.
Also,
check out our videos that we're going to post.
Yes, we also are going to build a Twitch channel in which we have something. We have something called the the Dracula a la carte Minecraft project, in which we will be building a pimped out Dracula castle. Not
pimp my castle.
We don't want to build a standard Dracula. We want to build a castle that Dracula would be like, holy shit! I just bite bitches in the neck, just have a good old time, just sucking blood, slapping people. You know, that sort of
being futuristic with magic.
But we want to make sure that even though it's Minecraft, everything in the castle makes sense and it's Castlevanian. So it's going to be fun to basically reach out and talk to people and what would make for an ultimate pimped out cool castle for Dracula, and also like a Clockwork Gear castle that I fucking loved in the Castlevania Netflix series. I wanted to build a la carte
It's a new season coming.
it's a new season coming indeed. I love the show so much. A clockwork castle for them, and in doing so, build a community, and we get to know each other as individuals there. We can just talk, hang out, and and see what happens.